When I started the McSpidey Chronicles a few months ago, or I should say restarted them, I didn't think I'd be reporting on any news while I was writing them, but life is a funny thing and things change. And so last Friday, although I just found out about it yesterday on Monday, IDW Publishing announced Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man Artists Edition, which should just about be the ultimate topper to the McSpidey Chronicles, if you ask me. It is a 192-page book, black and white, of course. Well, black and white-ish. We'll get into that in a second. 14 inches by 21 inches, or the standard size for the Artist Edition. It'll be on sale September 21st, 2022. First, for those of you who don't know, let me just back up a little bit. Artist Editions are those books that IDW pioneered, Scott Dunbier, the editor, where he scans all the original art at a high definition in full color and reprints them so you can see the original art with all of its erasure marks, the blue lines, the pencil lines, the corrections, the whiteout, the notes on the side of the page. All that stuff shows up in the books themselves. They're just spectacular, beautiful books put together with lots of care and attention to detail. I own, I don't know, not too many of them, 4 or 5, maybe 6, because they do tend to be, not cheap because they're really oversized books. They don't have huge print runs. This one will be running you $150, for example, $195 if you're in Canada. But if you are a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man fan, this is pretty much the ultimate book you're going to get. Once you own the Omnibus edition, which collects all of his amazing Spider-Man issues and a few other things, then you need this book to complete the set now. That's the only way to look at it. And I have a funny feeling this thing will probably sell through pretty quickly. So let's just discuss a little bit of what is actually in this book. The official PR release from IDW, which is redundant because PR stands for press release as it is, mentions that it will include almost 100 pages of interior art from his 24 issues of The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm guessing right now you're not going to see a complete issue anywhere in this book. I don't have that for sure knowledge. I haven't asked Scott about this, but I imagine those pages, especially for The Amazing Spider-Man, those have been spread far and wide over the years. I mean, those books are now 30, almost 35 years old at this point, and a lot of that original art went for a ridiculously low price by today's standards. Back then, a lot of them have changed hands a lot over the past few years, and while there are some sort of whale collectors who've amassed a large number of these pages, I doubt, even with the power of Scott Dunbier at work here, you're going to see a complete issue anywhere. And honestly, it doesn't bother me at all because I just want to see the art. I know the stories. I've read the stories. I have the Omnibus edition, both digitally and in print. I have a couple or a few of the original issues that were some of the first comic books I bought back in 1989. I'm good there. I just want to see what the art looks like. A lot of this art you can see today, I bet, probably on comicartfans.com. I've done some research there over the course of the McSpidey Chronicles. I probably should have done more along the way, but maybe once this book is out, I will have more to talk about and we'll go back and add some sections to past reviews. We'll see how that goes. So like I said, 100 pages from The Amazing Spider-Man, and as they say, almost 60 pages from the adjectiveless Spider-Man series. Plus, more, 25 covers from both of those series, as well as Marvel Age, Marvel Tales. It says, and more. So will we get the Quasar cover? Well, that doesn't have Spider-Man on it, so probably not. I don't know if any of his Marvel Comics Presents covers had Spider-Man. I don't think they did. Remember Kitty Pryde being on one. I don't want to get confused between the Eric Larson MCP covers and the Todd McFarlane ones. There are a couple. I think is there one or two Todd McFarlane Marvel Comics Presents covers? I can't remember off the top of my head now. I know the one with Kitty Pryde is definitely there. Black Panther, I think, was on the back cover there. Probably won't see the Conan cover. Well, that's pretty cool looking. But if you get the Marvel Tales covers with all the X-Men on it, that's pretty much all you need. And that's all there is. I mean, that's all there is to mention right now. Until the book comes out, $150 for a lot of pages. This is the ultimate collection. You'll probably never see anything like this again. No, Todd McFarlane will not be doing signed editions. I'm not surprised. In fact, I'd be surprised if he has anything to do with this book whatsoever. I know he still owns some of his original pages. He's shown them off in previous Facebook videos, for example. I somehow doubt we'll see those pages in this book, but I don't know for sure. This is me off the top of my head, not me having, interviewed anybody about it. That's all I have to say. Go to idwpublishing.com. You can look up the press release there, see some of the first pages they have, including, I might add, the cover to Amazing Spider-Man number 328, which is the one that sold for like $600,000 not that long ago. I don't know if Scott was able to scan this one before or after that sale. Maybe this is just a heritage scan. Who knows? But lots of stuff coming. It ought to look great. I definitely want to add this one to my collection of artist editions. So if you'll excuse me, I have to go find another website to write for to make the money for that. And if you're as excited about this book as I am, you can get in contact with me at Augie, AUGIE, at pipelinecomics.com, or check me out on Twitter at Pipeline Comics over there. And show notes for this will be available at pipelinecomics.com/94. Thank you all for listening, and I'll talk to you again real soon.